color commentator.
Jonah Lipson.
And we're ready to call a good game for you today. So, Jonah, tell us a bit about both pitchers today. Well, we only have stats for the Seagulls, but tell us about our Seagulls pitchers.
I can tell you about both pitchers, actually. So, starting for the Seagulls today, making his season debut and team debut is Dwyer Lewis. Longtime veteran for the Seagulls. Just graduated college, but has played with the Seagulls the last couple of years. So veteran for them, and brings a lot of experience to this team. Loves pitching, loves to do fastballs and sliders typically. So you'll see most of that today. He is pretty good with the fastballs, 66% for strikes and 34% on balls.
Well, like he said, his season debut, wants to make a mark and hold the Crawdads here, that's tough to do. Crawdads are 6-1 this season. Seagulls only 1-9. They've been riding a losing streak for a while now, and to change it against a team like the Crawdads is definitely a great way to snap out of it and jump into a win streak of your own. First pitch underway, hit straight towards short, and that's up and over. That will roll into left field, so that is a opening single for the Crawdads.
And just like that, definitely not the way Dwyer was hoping to go, but they'll have more chances now.
Yeah, Jenkins all over it, drilled that one on a line into left center field. Now he's on first.
It looked like Mayer just over his glove, that off Cavillo.
That one's under the zone for a ball, 1-0. And runner goes, throw to second. That one actually hit Jenkins in the shoulder, it looked like. Says he's good. So a successful stolen base. And the Crawdads already off to a good start.
And, yeah, Crawdads and Sam Jenkins going to take advantage of the opportunity. And unfortunate for the Seagulls and Jake Brewer, who's at second today, just couldn't grab that one.
Now the 1-0 in there for a strike.
I was saying the slider, Lewis really likes. Got that one on.
They're going to say that he did go on the check swing, but a nice play there from Johnson to keep that ball in front of him as that one was in the dirt. So now 1-2.
Yeah, that one was very fortunate for Lewis because it was very close. If he swung or not, could have gone either way, but the call goes to Lewis.
Now the 1-2. Hit towards second. Gathers, throws to first in time, so there's one down. Jenkins, advances to third. So first out at the top of the first for the Seagulls.
And great routine play there for the Seagulls. Jake Brewer to Tate Lewis. Easy out, but had to sacrifice as Jenkins was able to get to third.
Now Donnelly, he is the best hitter this season for the Crawdads in 6 games. He has 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 double, 3 RBIs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases. He is just tearing it up this season. Again, only in 6 games, he's hitting .550. That first off-speed pitch is off the zone for a ball. They're going to say that's a strike inside. Good placement. Hard to get the barrel on that one, so 1-1.
Yeah, that was a great pitch there by Lewis. Really just got like perfect spot with the fastball and able to get the strike.
And swung, tipped, fouled back by Donnelly. So 1-2 is a good spot for Lewis, as he's, once again, 1-2 count. That's definitely a pitcher's count. He has the ability to kind of go wherever he wants, even if it's a ball and it's off the plate. Only makes it 2-2. Swing, and he got him. Good strikeout, especially from Donnelly, one of the best hitters in the league so far.
Yeah, that was great at bat there for Lewis. As you said, best hitter on the team, Donnelly, able to strike him out and only looked like only 4 pitches. So great play there from Lewis.
This one is off the plate. Trying to get him to chase outside, but a good take from Ewens. And that one hit him, so now runners on the corners for the Crawdads.
Yeah, just looked like it just got him on the hand, so was playing well, but it's unfortunate.
Now Zach Justice, a new addition for the Crawdads, only played in 1 game. In that 1 game, he was 1 for 3 with a run. He was walked once, struck out once.
So yeah, definitely a little bit of a wild card here, with not that much film on him. They don't know as much, but has experience. Is a sophomore at Oregon, so D1 school.
Runner goes. That one is in there for a strike. Now Ewens to second.
But yeah, Justice, plays for D1 school, so doesn't have much time at bat for the Crawdads, but he's good enough.
Next pitch in there for a strike, so that's 2 strikes looking. Justice now forced to protect at 0-2. Anything remotely in the zone he's got to swing at.
Yeah, he'll swing here, 0-2. But the curveball might work here for...
Popped right up in the air and tracked down. So score stays 0-0 as the Crawdads get 1 on base and leave 2. It's going to be get 2 on base, leave them both.
Yeah, and that was a great for top of the inning there for the Seagulls. Did let 2 go on base, but were able to shut them out and no scores there. So great start for Lewis.
Bottom of the second, score still 0-0 between the Tilt or tilt between, Walnut Creek Crawdads and the San Francisco Seagulls. Leading it off is Alan Ramirez, normally playing second base today. He's in right field. Ramirez hitting 143 this season. He's got 9 games, 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 double, 2 RBIs. First pitch is off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, and starting on the mound for the Crawdads, Edward Said only pitched just over 2 innings this season, but has a 3.86 ERA.
That one hit him, so Ramirez will get to first. Not the way you necessarily want to get to first. That one definitely stung his arm, but Seagull's happy that he's there. Ramirez not necessarily, though.
Yeah, Ramirez shaken up a little bit, has to talk to his coach, Nick Escalera. Probably will be okay, but definitely that one doesn't feel good. It looked like it was a fastball. Needs to take a second. But as I was saying...
oh, no, they're going to roll that one as foul. So that one, I guess it hit the end of the bat, so Ramirez will stay in.
That was really tough for Ramirez, got hit, and it doesn't even count. Doesn't even count as a hit by pitch. That just really unfortunate. As you were saying, it was like, okay, they'll take the base, but now doesn't. Has to bat again.
He's got to battle through it, show some grit. Sure he can. Takes that one. It's up high. So count will be 1-1. One pitch from Said. Turns on it early and foul into the dugout, actually, of the Crawdads. Didn't hit anybody. They're okay. So 1-2.
Yeah, Edward Said, just over 2 innings pitched, a 3.86 ERA with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. So not awful, but doesn't have much experience getting a start right now.
Popped up and tracked down. So Ramirez will head back. Now Jake Brewer, second baseman.
Just so unfortunate there for Ramirez. Really thought he got on base, gets smacked and stung, and has to continue and hits the fly out. But he'll have other chances.
Jake Brewer this season hitting solid in 9 games, 344 average, 3 runs, 11 hits, leads the Seagulls in hits. First pitch under for a ball. He's got 1 double, 2 RBIs, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. So a tendency to chase here.
Yeah, Jake Brewer has been one of the shining spots for the Seagulls this season. Just very consistent. Every game finds a way to get on base. Always typically averages about 1 hit a game.
1-1 pitch. Inside again, so 2-1.
Even when the game is a complete blowout, Jake Brewer always comes in and will find a way to get on base. And even, there are some games where gets put in as a pinch hitter, will still find a way.
Inside again, so that's a walk. 1 down, a runner on first for the Seagulls. Now Ethan Johnson, catcher, up to bat.
As I was saying about Jake Brewer, I proved my point, finds a way to get on base. That time he didn't hit, but took the walk, worked that count. Just very consistent with that.
Johnson this season hitting .231. He's got 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 doubles. Swings and misses on that first pitch, way in front. Johnson leads the team, or tied for first on the team in walks with 7. Then second on the team in strikeouts third on the team. Throw back to first, and Brewer slides back in time.
Another thing Brewer likes to do is lead and try to steal bases. Looks like he only has 3 stolen bases this season, but feels like he has more.
Runner goes, and he will get in there, so make his tally 4. Looks like that pitch got away from Justice and rolled away, so that gave Brewer the perfect opportunity. Justice couldn't even get the throw off. Now running in scoring position for the Seagulls.
Looks like he has to go back now, though. Or, no, he's just grabbing something. Ethan Johnson only had one at-bat last game as a pinch hitter and struck out. But has been pretty solid for the, typically pretty high in the batting order. And he just graduated high school, so he has like some of the least experience of all these players. Only gets to be on the team because he's going to a D1 college, which is University of Missouri.
Shows the bunt, but it's still in there for a strike, so 0-1 the count. Or it's going to be 1-1 the count for Johnson. 1-2. Forgot about that first one that he swung and missed at. And got him looking really good movement with that curveball. That was wicked at the end, and Johnson had no choice but to take because it looked like it wasn't in the zone until the very end. So 2 down. Really nice strikeout from Saeed.
Yeah, that one was just nasty from Saeed. Really just got him right in the zone, barely hit the line, and unfortunate for Johnson. He'll have another chance, but it'll be Jackson Landry now.
First pitch bounces away. Justice can't find it, so Brewer gets the third off the wild pitch. Now a base hit from Landry could knock in Brewer, give the Seagulls the lead. Landry this season hitting 182. In 22 at-bats, 8 games. He's got 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 triple. He is only one of 2 players. Both him and Whalen have the only triples on the roster so far this year. So now the 1-0. And fouled back 1-2. Good fastball inside.
Yeah, Jackson Landry, big wild card. He'll have games where he, as you said, he can have that triple. One of 2 players, but he'll have games where he kind of struggles, doesn't get too much time at bat. Got last game pinch hit in the 9th and hit a fly out, but if he gets more at bats, he can show what he's worth.
And check swing. They say he didn't go, so 2 off-speed pitches looked like low curveballs there, both in the same spot. And one was a ball. Actually, excuse me, both was a ball. Landry thought about the second one. So now 3-1, and Landry in a good spot. He can take a swing here. He does. Swing and miss. Full count. 3-2. Good pitching here from Saeed. Slowed him down with a few off-speed pitches and sped him up with the inside fastball. Couldn't catch up to it. Good sequence. And got him swinging on the inside fastball. Couldn't catch up to it. And score stays 0-0. Seagulls leave 1 on third.
That one, very nice pitch there from Saeed. Really just got him with the inside. And he'll have another chance, but really just couldn't find the timing on that one.
Cam Taylor for the Crawdads, leading it off. As I mentioned here, he's the hot dog batter Always fun. Seagulls fans hoping for a strikeout. Takes that first one and change up in the zone. 0-1 to start off the count.
Yeah, Cam Taylor has been very solid for the Crawdads this season. 13 at-bats, 5 hits, 8 runs, 5 RBIs. So very good.
This one hit towards first. Grabbed, and that will throw to first as Lewis came from the mound to track that one, catch it, step on the bag. There's one down. Good defensive communication there from the Seagulls.
Well, that was a great play by the Seagulls. It looked like it was going past Tate Lewis, but he was able to snag that with his right hand, and then Dwyer was able to come up and easy out there.
First pitch inside for a ball. Little tight there. Leininger had to scoot out of the way. Leininger this season, almost nearly every single player on this roster has a solid batting average at this point in the year. This one's inside of her ball as well, 2-0. Leininger hitting .269. He's got 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 RBIs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases.
There's a reason why they have the best record in the division right now, 6-1, because they're just very deep throughout. Has a lot of batters that can get on base, and they work really well together.
Counts 1-1 after the swing and miss. And good movement. An off-speed pitch finds its way in the zone 1-2. Looked like a curveball there, just snuck into the corner at the last second. Really good placement from Lewis. Check swing. They say he doesn't go on the off-speed pitch.
Wow, that was wrong. He went on that one. At least looked like to me. I'm very surprised about that call.
So a full count. And got him looking. Off-speed pitch on the corner. Nasty stuff from Lewis.
Dwyer Lewis, the name to know, only allowed 2 men on base so far, which for the Crawdads case is very good, and has just been working these players, finding ways to just switch up those pitches and find ways to get in the zone.
First pitch off the plate for 1. Speaking of guys knowing him, sitting right in front of me, Ransom. That's his brother. I'm sure Ransom feels so proud right now.
Our statistics guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's happy.
Mm-hmm. Big swing and a miss on the fastball. 1-1. DH Wilson this season hitting .400. Only 3 games. So stats may be a bit inflated, but nonetheless still solid. And swing and a miss once again. 1-2. Lewis looking extremely strong here in the first 2 innings.
Brady Wilson hit a grand slam against the Seagulls last time they played here in Tom Lara Field. So, Lewis has no intentions of letting that happen again. He's ready to strike him out.
And got him swinging 2 strikeouts in the second. And once again, nasty stuff from Lewis. We head to the bottom of the second.
Dwyer Lewis, his experience is showing. He's making sure it doesn't let anybody get on base easily. And already 3 strikeouts for him through 2 innings. Good stuff.
Now some action here in the bottom of the second. Tate Lewis for the Seagulls, hitting 105 in 9 games and 19 at-bats. He's got 2 hits, 1 run, 1 double, 1 RBI, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. So he doesn't chase a whole lot and is able to work the count into his favor and draw some walks. Let's see what he's got here.
Yeah, Tate Lewis doesn't get to start too much. Typically comes in as a pinch hitter, but, manager Ryan Davis has that faith in him, wants to take advantage, especially with a bunch of guys out today who are sick. Most notably, the leadoff hitter, Miles Callinger, is sick, so it's got to go with some different guys.
So counts 2-0 after 2 balls. This one swung on early and foul. So a 2-1 count here for Lewis in the bottom of the second. 0-0 game. Good off-speed pitch, good movement, but it was just a bit too far inside 3-1. So Lewis now has a chance to swing at something. Should be ready to look at a good pitch in the zone.
Very lucky there for Lewis. That one could have gone either way. Got it.
And hit to third, gathers, throws to first, and in time, so there's 1 down.
Now coming to plate, third baseman, number 27, Sundar.
Yeah, and he had the right idea there going down the line, just a little short, and that was in routine 5-3 out for the Crawdads.
Sundar hitting 136 in 7 games this season. He's got 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 RBI, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. So he's going to want to add to his walk total if he can, and keep his strikeout total where it is. First pitch up and away, 1-0.
And if you know me, you know I like Sundar. He's got that aura to him. He's able to really find a way.
This one's hit foul, and now the count will be 2-2.
He's able to find a way to just bring the energy up for the Seagulls, no matter how it is, especially when they're down. But he can come in and just get some on bases. Get on base.
And good pitch. Found the corner with the fastball. 1-2. And timed it up. Nice sat on that breaking ball, but it goes foul. That was a really good swing, good cut from Sundar. That one had potential to roll back to the fence, but it was just a hair late, and it goes foul on the right field line.
Yeah, Sundar's just aggressive. He wants to find a way to hit the ball, get it in play. Not always going to get there.
And got him looking. There's 2 down. Third strikeout of the day from Saeed. Nasty stuff on that one.
Well, he'll have other chances.
Now Finn Whalen leads the team in batting average, hitting .471. He's got 8 hits and 17 at-bats, 2 runs, 1 double, 1 triple, 2 RBIs. That one almost got him. Look out, just ducked out of the way. 1-0. That was a high fastball inside.
Yeah, that one was very close. Finn Whalen, I was talking to Ryan Davis about him. He's been very impressed with him so far this season because he's a natural pitcher. That's where he came in as a pitcher, but he's been so good at bat, leading the team in batting average. So the fact that he's a natural pitcher but is leading the team in batting average is very impressive.
And swung on and foul.
Coach was also saying that his attitude coming in every day to each game, his attitude, he has a very positive attitude, really working at it, and always stays late, comes in early for extra batting practice.
This one's off the plate for a ball. 2-2. So 2 down, bottom of the second.
But isn't always at the top of the lineup, but when he comes in, he's going to take advantage of his at-bats.
Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning as Saeed strikes out 2 to send us to the 3rd. And top of the 3rd, score still 0-0. We're at the bottom of the order. Esquivel up to bat for the Crawdads. Takes that first pitch, and good movement. It cut to the outside, but he wouldn't chase. And off the plate again, 2-0. So Esquivel in 6 games, hitting .417. He's got 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 double, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Hits this one towards 3rd, gathers, throws to 1st, and just in time, there's 1 down.
Easy routine play there by the Seagulls, but when they've been struggling at certain plays recently, it's always good, especially against a team like the Crawdads. Just being consistent and not making mistakes is going to help them out a lot when it comes to, routine ground balls or fly balls.
So lineup flips over for the Crawdads, and that one got Jenkins just in the ankle, so he will head to first. Looks like that pitch got just a bit away from Lewis.
Now coming to the plate, number 3, Cam Sevilla.
And, hit by pitches are going to happen. You just got to make sure you limit those.
Yeah, although we do see a lot of hit pitches in these games, I feel like it's really common occurrence, for both teams. Not like it's just the Seagulls, it's for both.
Yeah, well, compared to the pros, they're obviously not as good, and they're working on it their best, but can only do so well. And that's, if you're a batter in the pros, it's not as scary because you're not as worried about getting hit because the pitchers are a lot better at that.
Well, that's why they're professionals.
Of course.
Now, 2-0 count. Cavilla was a ground-out victim to 2nd in his last at-bat. So, once again, Lewis looking very strong, producing a lot of weak contact. He's got 3 strikeouts. This one's way off the plate. That one, not where he wanted to put it. So, 3-0 with Jenkins on first after the walk.
And, with the Seagulls being on an 8-game losing streak, coach was saying that it's just all about to getting out of a slump is about intrinsic motivation. It's all about yourself. The coaches can only do so much, but staying positive and taking away positives from each game is going to help them and just to keep improving. And he knows they're going to win games.
So that one didn't get him on the hand. That one was actually a foul ball, hit the tip of the bat. So count is now 3-2.
And it's just about staying positive, and he knows that once we get to late June, the offense especially is gonna start clicking and is gonna start getting more runs and finding ways to just work through those slumps.
So full count pitch here from Lewis, 1 down, top of the third. And that one did get him in the back. Off-speed pitch, kind of lost his way. That was definitely on accident. So now a trip to the bases for Cavillo, first time today. And that will advance Jenkins to second. 2 on, 1 out.
And as we're talking about a team like the Crawdads, you can't give them these unearned on bases. Hitting them by pitch, it's going to happen, but doing it twice in a row, got to change something up. Dwyer Lewis, who started out the game very solid, it's going to happen, but working through that and making sure that you're pitching it in the right spot and what kind of pitch you're using.
Yeah, that one looked like it kind of just came out of the hand a bit wrong. You definitely didn't want to go that far inside. This one's going to be hit to left center. That one will drop in and roll back to the wall. 1 run scores. That's Jenkins. Cavillo rounds third. He will score. So 2 runs in off of the stand-up double from Donnelly, and the Crawdads jump in front.
And that one, there's not much you can do there. Just put in the perfect spot where no runners are around, and they did the best they could, but limiting the double, it's better than it could have been.
And that was a good swing from Donnelly. Put it right in the gap, and it rolled back. He was waiting on it, found his pitch, swung on it, made a good sound, flew off the bat. And good movement there from Lewis on his first pitch, but that's under the zone. Good take from Ewens. Ewens is, he's 0 for 0 because he was hit by a pitch, got the second back in the first. So he's going to look to get on base with a hit, maybe even knock in Donnelly from second with a good swing. Takes that one, same pitch from Lewis, just a bit higher. This one's in the zone at the knees. 1-1. Donnelly on second. You're in the top of the third. Runner goes. Here's throw to third. And not in time. That's a stolen base from Donnelly. Good pop time, though, from Johnson at the plate. Swung on, turned and foul towards the Seagulls dugout. So 1-2.
It's like the Seagulls are expecting a sack bunt here. The infielders are coming in closer.
And good movement, but that one's off the zone. It's low and away. So now 2-2. And that one got him, so that's another hit batter by Lewis in this inning, and now runners on the corners.
And Dwyer just can't figure out, starting off very strong, but seems to keep losing the ball and going right at the batter.
Yeah, his control looking a bit shaky right now, but just got to rein it in here on Justice. Justice flew out to first base in his last at bat. Runner goes from first. That one pops up and behind Johnson. And Donnelly will run in from third. He will score. And going all the way to... umpire calls time. So they will say that Donnelly scores from third. And Ewens will get from first to third. Umpire called time. Looked like we lost the ball. But again, now a 3-0 game.
And just some errors there by the Seagulls and Dwyer Lewis. Staying consistent is what it's all about and limiting those errors. The big part for the Seagulls is it's a long ball game. You place like 2 good innings, can't, nothing's going to be perfect. You're going to slip up a little bit, but have to stay that aggressive and stay locked in the entire game.
Pitch inside.
That one could have gone either way.
Fouled back towards us. So 2-1 is the count for Justice. As I said, flew out to first in his last at bat. This one's off the plate, gets behind. Ewens will slide in from third. He is safe, so that's 4 runs here in the top of the third. Crawdads just stacking them on. That one got past Johnson and rolled all the way back, so no chance the Seagulls could toss it back to the plate in time.
And it looks like Lewis is just losing his confidence a little bit. It's a mentality thing, letting up like 4 straight runs. Gotta get back and just stay focused again.
Hit towards second. Gathers, throws to first in time. There's 2 down. So a good weak contact hit produced from Lewis.
And that'll help them out. Getting an out, it'll enlist that confidence in them.
Now Cam Taylor, he grounded out to second in his at-bat. Well, back in the second. Takes that first one. It's low and inside. So 1-0 to open up his count. Same pitch, same result. 2-0.
Yeah, looks like these might be fast balls. Gotta focus in on that control, getting it a little higher. That's probably what he'll do. Overcompensate.
This one's off the plate outside. 3-0. So hitters count for Taylor. You should be ready for a pitch in the zone. Even if he doesn't like it, he doesn't have to swing. Or even if it's in the zone, he doesn't like it, he doesn't have to swing. Just like right there. So 3-1. That's good placement from Lewis. That's a hard pitch to take a look at and try and turn on early because you're not going to get that one opposite field. It could if you get the right angle. Oh, this one's hit in the center, and it will drop. So it looks like Taylor keeps it alive with a 2-out single.
And that one, very similar to the double hit by Joey Donnelly, just in that gap. And that's what the Crawdads are good at, is hitting right in those gaps between the outfielders. And it's a lot about that is just about speed and, pitching in ways that the batters have to bat it and not in those gaps.
So first pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Leininger struck out looking in his last at bat. Hits this one right and foul towards the Seagulls dugout. A runner goes, slides into second. He will get there in time.
Looks like we got 0-1 count.
This one's off the plate, so 2-1. Oh, excuse me, 2-2. And that one's fouled, so stays alive. Good placement from Lewis, forced him to swing low. Tried to produce the swing and miss, and Leininger fights it off.
And if Lewis can just finish out this inning, find a way to either strike out any sort of out and just finish it out, that would be very helpful for them.
I think that was called a balk, so Taylor will get to third. And fouled again, fights it off. This one towards the Seagulls dugout for a second time in his at-bat. So a long at-bat for Taylor, not what Lewis wants. He just wants to put him away, get this one over with, and change the mindset and dugout, come back stronger back in the fourth. Hit towards second, gathers ground ball, throws to first in time, and that will end the top of the third. Crawdads put up 4.
You know, that's going to happen. This is a good team. They're going to put up points, but it's about fixing those and separating those per innings so that they'll have chances to come back and not let up so many runs in one inning.
Now Thomas Mayer up to bat for the Seagulls, first time this game. He's only been here with San Francisco for a few games, brought in just last week.
Mayer struggled quite a bit.
Hit towards short, gathered by the third baseman, thrown to first, and in time. So there's one down, quick out.
Now coming to the plate, number 25, Ben Cope.
Yeah, Mayer still adjusting, still figuring out his place and figuring out these at-bats. Has only made it on base once, but I think it was his first time at that, so.
Ben Koch hitting .087, struggling a bit at the plate this season. In 10 games, he's got 2 runs, 2 hits, 4 walks, 13 strikeouts. He has been chasing the pitch a lot lately, so I'm sure he wants to tighten up his strike zone and really lay off some. First pitch off the plate for a ball.
Yeah, Koch has been put out of the lineup recently. I think he started earlier last week. Yeah, he was the leadoff pitcher on the 12th last week, so.
So 1-1 after the inside strike. Inside again, but taken for a ball. Now 2-1.
For him, it's just about working that count, you know. If he can get walks and just get on base from that, that'll be successful for him. That'll instill his confidence, and then he'll find ways to start actually hitting the ball.
And like you said, Jonah, there's a walk, so a good at-bat from Koch. Keeps doesn't keep the inning alive, but as there's only one out, but now run around first for the Seagulls. It's their chance to try and respond and push some runs across, get on the board.
Yeah, exactly. So Koch working that count, getting the walk, hopefully has a chance to try to make some impact here.
Yeah,
Steal a base or two.
Yeah, Koch, a speedy player. He's definitely somebody you want on to try and steal a base. Plays a lot in the outfield, means he's got speed. First pitch on Ramirez was inside for a ball. Ramirez is 0 for 1 with a pop out to second. Back in the first. Koch goes, swings, and hits this one, and it will just be foul. Turned on that one. Great contact. If that one dropped in, that was going back to the wall. Koch was definitely going to score, but just a bit too early, and it dropped foul.
Yeah, it looked like it could have almost gone, but just fouled. That one was in base, in bounds. He would have.
Throw back to first. Koch dives back in time.
I could have seen Ramirez almost scoring too, but that's all hypothetical now.
Throw back to first again. Koch dives back again.
Yeah, I was saying Koch, once he gets on base, he can, make the pitcher nervous a little bit.
Takes this one for a strike in there. So 2-2. Now the count for Ramirez. Koch goes again and fouled by Ramirez.
Like Koch will keep being aggressive, keep leading and looking to steal.
Throw back again. Koch gets back in time.
But things like that, if getting the pitcher to look to pick him off, it'll impact his pitch as well.
And this one is popped into left. That one is tracked down by Taylor. So that's 2 down. That was a good pitch from Said. It forced Ramirez to kind of swing under it. Still got decent contact. Went fairly deep. But routine fly ball.
Yeah, look for a second there like he could have missed. Been too short for Taylor to grab.
Now Brewer up to bat. Brewer reached third off of a walk back in the first. Koch goes. This one's foul. I mean, that's 3 times Koch has went to steal the bag, and 3 times they've all been fouled off, and he has to jog on back.
Yeah, that's just really rough for him because if he has the chance, he's going to go. And it's just been unfortunate timing there. But consider Jake Brewer, who always finds a way to hit the ball. There's a good chance he'll make it on second.
Koch goes again. There's the throw. It will not be in time. Rolls back into center. Koch stays. So that's a stolen base. Now a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, as I'm saying, Koch loves to be aggressive, and there he goes. He finally gets the stolen base he was looking for.
Boy, that one got Brewer. He ducked all the way down, and it still got him in the back. That was loud. Yeah. So now 2 runners on for the Seagulls.
Looks like he's okay, though, which is fortunate. And as you said, 2 runners on. Seagulls
Now coming to
Do
plate
have
number 16,
it is
Ethan
2 outs, but Ethan Johnson also gonna come here and try to be aggressive, try to score some hit here, take advantage, walk. We'll see.
So Johnson struck out looking in his last at bat. Talking it over with his third base coach. First pitch to Brewer. Almost gets him. Has to kind of dance out of the way. So 1-0. That's going to be for Johnson, not Brewer. Once again, Johnson 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Looking to, if not knock in, then at least advance Coke with a base hit on second. Get the bases loaded. Takes that one. It's under the zone. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Decided to take a chance with the 2-0 pitch. So now 2-1.
Ethan Johnson does have 7 walks this year,
That's 3-1.
and he loves to look for the outside pitches, and loves to doesn't swing as much, but is tied for the most walks on the team.
And this one's hit deep, and that will unfortunately be tracked down. So that ends the inning. Seagulls leave 2. Once again, Crawdads put up 4, so 4-0.
You're still gonna have those. It's going to be tough to score, but being aggressive there, had 2 men on base. You keep doing that, and eventually you will find ways to score. And we head to the top of the 4th with Brady Wilson taking that bat, and Dwyer Lewis remains in. Wilson struck out swinging in the 2nd, and he goes for this one, so strike 1. That one low and right outside. 1-1 now. Swing and miss. That one is the ground. So even at 2. This one grounded to second. To first, and that'll be a ground out. So solid at bat for Dwyer Lewis.
Chris Esquivel.
Doesn't strike him out, but it's a ground out. And Chris Esquivel, who was grounded out to third in the third. There's another chance here. That one low in the zone. So pitchers count now. That one just outside the zone, low. 1 and 2. And he's gone. Got him looking. So very solid pitches there from Dwyer Lewis. And pretty sure all three of those strikes were looking. And Sam Jenkins, who scored in the third, was hit by pitch, made on base both times at bat. The leadoff man for the Crawdads. And he's went on that one. 1 and 1.
And I'm back from just snagging some dinner. It took a little longer than I would have hoped.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on that.
So count of 2-1. And this one is hit towards first. It will stay, not stay, will go foul. So 2 down here in the top of the 4th.
After a struggle in the third, Dwyer Lewis has come out and forced 2 straight outs.
And got him looking. That will end the 4th. As you said, looked very strong. He got weak contact, 2 strikeouts looking.
And very good from Dwyer Lewis. 3 up, 3 down. Great too.
Now a pitching change for the Crawdads, Peter Story-Johann. He only has one inning pitched in one game. He had one strikeout, and, those are all his stats. Didn't allow anything else. No hits, no runs, no errors. First pitch is off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, so kind of a little bit of wild card here. Let's see.
Off the plate again for a ball. So Landry is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the first. The DH looking to mix it up here. Get on the board. Fouled back. Still like that's a good swing though. He had the timing, just a bit under it. Now the 1-1. This one down the pipe for a strike. 1-2. And this one under the zone for a ball. It was a good pitch from Story-Johann, trying to get him to chase, but a good take from Landry.
Landry's probably going to swing here because the full count.
And got him looking. Umpire calls it on the low part of the zone. So 1 down for the Seagulls, bottom of the 4th. Now Tate Lewis. Tate Lewis is 0 for 1 with a ground out to third back in the second. And this one hit to right left. That will drop in. So Lewis with a 1-out single. Good swing on the inside pitch. Drops in. He's on first.
Yeah, great play there from Tate Lewis. First pitch. Hits it right into left center field. And he'll take the base.
His first pitch off the plate.
I do want to let people know that the batters shown on the screen are not accurate. There's a malfunction in our system right now. So if you want to know who the batter is, listen to us and we'll tell you who it is.
And again, a good off-speed pitch found its way into the zone. Right now, Sundar up, third baseman. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the second. Swing and a miss, throw back to first, and Lewis able to slide back in time. So now the count 1-2 for Sundar. He's going to have to protect. And swing and a miss. Got him to chase outside. Nasty break at the end. So that's 2 down and 2 strikeouts from Story-Johann in his first inning. Whalen also a strikeout victim in his last at bat in the second.
That was a nasty pitch there by Story-Johann. Sundar really thought he was going to have it, but...
And that's inside. So 1-0. This one is fouled back to the right. Even at 1. Swing and a miss. Another nasty slider from Story-Johann broke at the end. and fouled to the right side, so stays alive. Counts 1-2 for Whalen. Bottom of the fourth, score of 4-0 in favor of the Crawdads. And got him looking just on the inside corner, so that will end the inning. That's, well, actually, doesn't strike out the side, but 3 strikeouts for Storjohan. He looked great in his opening inning.
Yeah, very solid there by Storjohan. Great way. Looked pretty good there.
Why not grab a candy bar to help you?
And now the top of the fifth, score of 4-0 in favor of Walnut Creek. Cavillo up the bat. He is 0 for 1. That pitch in there for a strike. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out, but he did score back in the third after he was hit by a pitch. He was then knocked in off of a double from Connolly. And in there, good movement, but it's inside, so 1-1.
Yeah, Lewis looking good again. You know, getting those. Not all of them are going to get in the zone, but able to throw solid pitches.
So now 2-1.
Already at 79 pitches for Lewis today, and Ryan Davis trusts him as a veteran. Doesn't keep him in for this long.
Hit to second, gathers, but does fumble. So looks like Cavillo will reach first. So Cavillo reaches off of the error. And leadoff man on for the Crawdads.
Yeah, Donnelly had the 2 RBI double in the third. So looking to keep it going for him.
Just off the plate for a ball. 1-0.
Did strike out in the first, so let's see which way this duel goes.
Runner goes. Here's the throw from Johnson in the tag. Not in time. Cavillo gets there just before the tag.
That one is very close. I thought he got tagged out, but you know, a lot of times the umpires, when it's that close, they'll give it to the runner. But you know, with the 2-0 count, Johnson has to convey with Lewis.
And just off the plate for another ball.
Yeah, and he's
3-0 count for Donnelly. He has worked it pretty good. Now he has a chance to take a swing. He's looking to knock in Cavillo from second. Takes, and it's a walk. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. That one was at the knees for a strike, 3-1.
yeah. I mean, a lot of these calls have been going the offense's way, but that call finally, Lewis gets something.
This one off the plate, so that one will actually be a walk this time. 2 runners on, no outs in the top of the 5th.
Now coming to the plate, number 23, John Yovins.
So Yovins, he is 0 for 0. He's been hit by a pitch twice today, almost 3 times. Oh, nope, that is the 3rd time. He's been hit by a pitch 3 times today. So bases loaded, no outs, not the situation that the Seagulls want.
And yeah, very unfortunate situation here because the bases are loaded and none of them are. They're all forced.
With the bases loaded, number 26, Zach Justice.
And it's nothing that there hasn't been any hits. It's all they've made it on all through this, all through errors and walks and hit by pitches. So might be it for Lewis. Yeah.
Thanks, King. And pitching change for the Seagulls. Lincoln Juarez, he pitched in the last game, had a solid 2 innings, so he's going to look to do that again and keep the deficit for the Seagulls just at 4. But a tough spot, bases loaded, no outs. Big ask. And a good opening fastball on the outside for a strike. 0-1.
Yeah, Lincoln Juarez did pitch 2 days ago. Had 4 strikeouts. Only allowed 2 hits and 2 innings pitched and 1 walk. So No runs allowed, so not bad.
So Justice up to bat. Catcher is 0 for 2 today with a fly out and a ground out. Takes again another outside pitch. This one was off speed. It kind of froze him up. Now 0-2.
And Ryan Davis said that he plans to start pitchers only today and doesn't want to bring in any of the infielders or batters on the mound.
No 1-2 after the pitch off the plate.
But was saying that the issue is that because of they lack pitchers in solid pitchers, so having to either scatter them up or load them in one game and then sacrifice with some other guys some other times.
Just under the zone, a really good location though. I like it from Juarez. The curveball was just off. Swing and a miss. And a good start. There's one down.
Now coming to number 5, Cam Taylor.
Looked like
he's our hot dog batter.
umpire said that it was a foul, but
remember, if Taylor strikes
then
out,
they were all
it's
walking
not
back. So I'm not. I guess maybe there was a change in call.
Well, it was a foul in the glove, so he's
Oh,
done.
that's what it was.
So now Cam Taylor, he is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. There's one ground out here that could produce a double play for the Seagulls. His first pitch, fastball off the zone, 1-0. Now with 2 outs, a good opening at bat from Juarez because now, as I said, weak contact and ground out could get the Seagulls out of this jam with a double play. Takes that one, and it's in there, 1-1.
Yeah, a lot of different ways this at-bat can go. As you said, the double play, but also could look for, Taylor might look to hit like a sac bunt or sac fly.
This one gets away from catcher, but runners stay where they are. And way off the plate, so now a 3-1 count for Taylor.
And Juarez really can't afford to, probably going to really try to get in the zone here. Can't afford the walk.
And in there, good location just on the outside part of the zone, froze him up. Now a full count.
Big pitch here. Could go either way.
And they're going to get a walk, so that will force in a run. Now up by 5 are the Crawdads.
Now batting number 11, Riley Leininger.
Leininger, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a ground out to second. Back in the second and third innings.
And the thing about it is all of the scores so far, except for the double by Donnelly, they've all been on, unforced errors. Or unforced at-bats forced by the defense.
So 2 strikes, 2 good pitches from Juarez. He's able to freeze up Leininger. So has to swing if it's anywhere near the zone.
So limiting them and, limiting those errors and limiting the walks.
Way off the plate. That one looked like it got away from him a little bit. So 1-2. And this one's hit in the gap between right center field. Oh, no, I misjudged that one. I apologize. Runners will tag up. That one's caught, but 2 runs will score. No, just 1 run will score. Excuse me. I'm all over the place right now, everybody. I do apologize. Now 6-0. I thought that was in the gap. I couldn't see through the pole. That one was caught by center fielder Ben Koch. So there's 2 down, 1 run scores, 6-0 game.
Yeah, the sac fly by Lanninger. So I was saying, I was expecting a sac fly or a sac bunt at some point, and there it is. And looks like runners on the corners. So finish it off here.
Runner goes. This one is a short dribbler towards Juarez. Throws to first. Nice toss in time, and that will end the inning. And the Crawdads put up 2 more. Score of 6-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th.
I'm going to go get food.
Hey fans, Seagulls play in our
Thank you very much. Now the bottom of the 5th. Leading it off for the Seagulls, as that one's in there for a ball. This could be out off the plate for a ball. 1-0. It is Mayer. Shortstop is 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. Back in the 3rd. And hits this one. Another dribbler towards third. Gathers. Throws to first. In time. There's 1 down. Quick out. Story Johan has produced a lot of, now again, only 4 at-bats. There's going to be 5 at-bats. So it's still very early, but he's looked very smooth. He's gave up a single, but other than that, it's been all strikeouts and weak contact through his first 1.1 innings. Now Ben Koch. He was walked his last at-bat, made it to second. That pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. 1-0. So Ben Koch, as we said, struggling, but like Jonah did say earlier, getting the walk could pull you out. Let's see what he's got. This one's hit towards second. It's a slow roller, thrown in time. Koch almost beats out the throw. That was close, but he just can't get there. And again, 2 quick outs for the Seagulls.
now batting number 7, Alan Ramirez.
Seagulls unable to find a response right now for the big offense that is coming out of Walnut Creek. As we've seen, Crawdads are not afraid to swing the bat and push some runs across. Their wins are usually big. This first pitch is away and low and away for a ball, 1-0. So the lineup flips over. Ramirez, he has popped out twice. Wants to, there's going to be one pop out, one fly out. Pop out to second and a fly out to left as this one's in there for a strike on the inside. 1-1.
Yeah, really not what the Seagulls want. Down 6-0.
This one is hit towards third. Throwing a first in time, so another good inning from Stor Johan. All those 3 outs were very, very weak contact hits.
Yeah, 3 straight ground outs. Got to work on that and hit them harder. Find ways to put them in spots to get on base, because that's the best way you're going to get a chance here.
Take a look at our newly turfed first base dugout and bullpen. The folks at D.
So Reese Appleby for the Seagulls. Quick pitching change. Redshirt freshman at Cal Poly Slow. First pitch almost gets Esquivel in the back, but he just spins out of the way. So 1-0 to start it off here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Appleby started on Saturday and struggled tremendously in almost 3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, 7 runs, 4 walks, and just 3 strikeouts.
So he's going to look to bounce back from that. This one's under the zone for a ball. So 2-1 the count. And hit this one deep to right. But that one will be tracked down. Good contact from Esquivel. But there's one down.
And just like that,
14, Sam Jenkins.
getting those fly balls and making sure you don't fumble those. That's going to be big.
Now Jenkins as the lineup turns over. Jenkins fouls this one. So I want to start off his count. Jenkins in this game, he is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout looking, but he was walked back in the third. So he's reached first twice today. This one's inside. And this one fouled again, this one to left, but a good sound off the bat. And takes that one inside. Not a bad pitch from Appleby, trying to tie him up, get him to swing and miss. So now 2-2. And hit towards second. Sharp grounder, but gathered. Throwing to first in time. So there's 2 down.
Yeah, some great at-bats there for Appleby. Just preventing any sort of on bases and working to just throw those off-speed pitches and forcing the outs however he can.
Now Cavillo, he is 0 for 2. He reached off an error, and that one got him. So second trip to first after being hit by a pitch. Now Donnelly up to bat. Donnelly is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a double, and he was walked back in the 5th.
Yeah, Donnelly has been very good so far tonight.
He's got 2 runs.
2 RBI double.
This one's off the plate for a ball, up and away. Swing and a miss in front of the off-speed pitch from Appleby. This one swung on late and fouled. Back to the left. So Appleby not shaken after that hit by pitch. Good battle here from Donnelly. And this one's in the dirt for a ball, so now even at 2. Try to go for the chase pitch down low. A little lower than we would have wanted. That one was in the dirt, so an easy pitch to lay off of from Donnelly. Looked like Appleby wanted just a bit higher. Maybe just at the shins. Runner goes from first, and he will get there in time. There's no throw from Johnson. It's a good 2-out steal from Cavillo.
Yeah, for Appleby here, looks like it's, full count. So pitching it right in the
Hits
zone.
this one towards first, and it will roll foul.
That one looked for a second there like it was going to be fair, but just rolls out of bounds.
Yeah, the Seagulls would have liked it to be fair. It meant that. Oh my goodness, Lewis on first base. Excuse me, everybody. Lewis could have stepped on the bag easily and sent us to the bottom of the 6th. And this one's off the plate for ball 4, so a walk. Really, really good at bat from Donnelly, but also a good sequence there from Appleby. Donnelly just won the battle. That one shouldn't shake him. He threw some good pitches. Donnelly just with some really good takes and some really good swings to stay alive.
He did, and it's just unfortunate because he started it with, I think it went from 0-2 to 3-2. Maybe it was 1-2. For Appleby, if he can just finish out this inning and, working on getting innings that you just prevent scores, and then the offense can do it.
This one's hit towards second. Gathers, throws to first in time, and that will end the top of the sixth. We flip to the bottom. So a pitching change for the Crawdads here in the bottom of the sixth. That is Timothy on the mound. His last name, not his first name. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. You're going to say he didn't go on the check swing. Brewer up to bat for the Seagulls. Brewer is, well, he's 0 for 0. He was hit by a pitch and walk, so he's reached first twice. Got all the way to third back in the first, but couldn't score. Hits this one line foul.
This might be Carson Timothy's first time on the mound this season. Doesn't look like he has any stats. So, not sure what to expect.
This one's fouled again by Brewer. We had to battle that one off.
Wow, that one went high into the parking lot.
So now the 1-2. And this one is off the plate, so a good take from Brewer. Wouldn't go for the chase pitch, low and away. Even at 2. And this one fouled again. Another good swing from Brewer. He is not letting anything get by him. He's fouling off some good pitches that would be called strikes. Can't catch up to him, but better than a strikeout.
Yeah, that's Jake Brewer. Is big on swinging at most things.
Takes that one and a ball. What a take that was. Hard Hard to lay off that one.
And he almost went on that one, but pulled back.
Now a full count. And fouled again, so stays alive, a bit in front of the off-speed pitch. Really good movement there from Timothy. That one just kind of zipped on across, so hard to track.
Yeah. Brewer just big at, like, swinging at any sort of pitch. Confident in himself.
Fouled again, so stays alive. Same pitch, same result from Timothy on Brewer.
And a lot of these have been fastballs. A few look like maybe change-ups. That one's fast.
This one's off the plate, so Brewer draws the walk. Really good battle from both.
Yeah, that was very solid for Brewer there. Just, I mean, as I was saying, Big likes to swing at a lot, but that time just could tell where the ball was going and held back. And I'll take the walk.
Now, Johnson, he is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right. Back in the third, takes a first pitch on the outside for a strike, 0-1. And hit towards second. We'll go with the double play. What a play. There's one. There's two. In time. What a play that was.
Yeah, I was very lucky for the Crawdads, but that shouldn't take away how good of a play that was for them, a double play. Was able to get to one, and for Johnson, honestly, I think if he was a little bit faster, it looked like he didn't run as fast as he could have. If he went a little bit faster, he probably could have made it.
Now Sundar takes his first pitch, 1-0. Sundar is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. I apologize. I was way down on my roster. I was looking wrong. It's Landry, who actually is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but apologies for the wrong player. First strike. Oh, good thing nobody was on base for the Seagulls. The pitch back to Timothy was up and over his glove. Takes that one in there for a strike. 1-2.
The Crawdads are just very solid with fielding and pitching.
Got him looking. That will end the 6th. Score stays 6-0.
Don't forget.
Now, top of the 7th, Zach Justage, catcher for the Crawdads, up to bat. Swings at the first pitch, hit to left But that one's tracked down, so one down. Good swing. First pitch swing, playing aggressive in the count. I do like the thought. However, right to Whalen in left. So Justice now 0 for 4 on the day. Now Taylor up to bat. Taylor is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. He was also walked back in the 5th. First pitch is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And this one swung on and foul up and over.
And Appleby has been solid since he took the mound. Did allow the score.
Is the Charger dead? Is the Charger dead? And that one's off the plate again for a ball. So now 2-1 the count for Taylor. And on the inside. So now 3-1.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do something.
And that one will be a walk. So now runner on first, that's Taylor.
That one, I don't know. I think that one could have very well been been in the zone. It was close, but called inside. Not sure if looks like he'll stay in. David's just conferring with him for a second.
After a quick mound visit, back to it. Leininger up to bat. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout, ground out, and a flyout. Take the first pitch, but it's on the inside part of the zone, 0-1. Now the 0-1 from the righty. This one's off the plate, 1-1.
Appleby been doing a lot of fastball so far, so might look to switch it up. Curveball might go to his advantage.
And swung on late and foul. Almost timed up for Leininger. If you got a hold of that thing was going to get smoked. 1-2. He looks back to first and gets set for his pitch. And hit towards second. Snag, thrown to first. Almost got him. That was close. So a good play there from the second baseman, Brewer. Caught it, quick throw back to first, and just getting back in time was Taylor.
Yeah, that one was close. For a second there, they had a chance to make the double play, but, Taylor wasn't far enough out.
So a pinch hitter for the Crawdads. That is Joe Coupland of Chabot College. Hits this one, and that one will get through. Rolls back to right. Here's a throw to third. Will they get him in time? That one's off the mark. So Taylor gets all the way to third. That was close. If the throw was on correctly, that one might have got him. So an opening hit for Coupland, who, as I said, was saying his name that he was pinched in, came in with a single. He's filling in for the DH Wilson.
Yeah, and that one was right there. First pitch and hits that one deep in right field.
a good hit, got a good hold of it. It was a good grounder in between first and second, rolled into right field where Ramirez was. Oh, some defensive changes for the Seagulls. That is Walt Vogel.
Walnut is coming in the outfield, but looks like Finn Whalen is going to take the mound for the Seagulls.
So, yeah, as you said, Finn Whalen coming in for the Seagulls. Whalen this season in 4 games. He's got 10 innings pitched. He is tied for first on the team in innings pitched with Robinson. He's allowed 17 hits, 13 runs, 7 walks, 6 strikeouts. He is 0-1. ERA of 10.9.
Seagulls number 14, Finn Whalen.
And first pitch from Whalen in there for a strike. Good fastball to open it up. So 2 down here in the not 2 down here in top of the 7th. I was looking at the wrong stat. Nothing yet. Oh my goodness, wrong stat again. I
2
apologize,
down.
everybody. It is 2 down. Jeez, thank you, Jonah. I was looking at the wrong sheet. This one's hit to second, sharp grounder. Throw to first in time, and that will end it. And the top of the 7th. So make sure.
Good way to end it. First pitch, and just finish out that inning. No runs allowed, which is good.
Bottom of the 7th, and the Crawdads Stake with Timothy on the mound. Tate Lewis up the bat. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to third. Takes that first pitch. It's just off the plate for a ball. 1-0. And to note that there is a defensive switch for the Crawdads. This one's inside. And for a strike, 1-1. That is Casey Leavitt McGee from Cal State Bakersfield in for Jenkins in center. And good movement on that off-speed pitch, but it's inside.
Yeah, if the Seagulls want any chance of coming back in this game, let's start right now.
This one's going to be popped way up high. This will be infield and caught. That was Leninger sliding in from third to snag that one.
Looks like it's going to be a pitching change here for the Crawdads.
Yeah, they only stuck with him for 1 out. Kind of rare to see that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's done.
So now a new pitcher. A new pitcher on the mound for Walnut Creek. Raymond Olivas from UC Santa Barbara, sophomore from Stockton, California. So once again, a pitching change for the Crawdads in case you're just joining us. That is Raymond Olivas from UC Santa Barbara now on the mound. It's currently 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
Quite a surprising pitching change, kind of in a random time, because they got the put out with a pop out, and it's not like we were getting a lot of men on base, but you never know. There's always a strategy for something.
Big swing and a miss for the second strike of the at-bat. It's 0-2 for Sundar. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Looking to at least put the ball in play today and not go 0 for 3 with strikeouts. Let's see what he's got. Hit towards short. Snags it, throws to first, and that is going to throw him off the bag, so Sundar will reach off of an error, and the Seagulls will have a man on base.
That is very lucky from Sundar. I did not I thought for sure that was going to be an easy routine ground out for the Crawdads, but big break there, and they'll take that.
Now Whalen, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Sundar was able to get out of it. Let's see if Whalen can do it too. It's this one. It's going to be foul. So 0 for 1 to start off his count. And hit to second of the opportunity, decides to hold on to it, throw to first, so there's one out, and Sundar gets to second off the fielder's choice. That's now 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Score still 6-0 in favor of Walnut Creek.
I thought
Second.
for sure that was thought they were gonna try to go for the double play there, but makes the quick choice to just go for the fielder's choice.
Yeah, especially with one out, not a bad choice. So swing and a miss there from Mayer. He is 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs to third. Takes this pitch. It's just off the plate for a ball. 1-1.
And yeah, Mayer also looking to get out of his slump here. 2 ground outs today.
And nice off-speed pitch. Sneaks its way in. 1-2. So Mayer will have to swing at anything close to the zone if he doesn't want to. 2-1, excuse me. Now it's 2-2. Oh, nope, that was strikeout. I was told the wrong thing.
It's unclear, I guess.
So that will end the inning, and the score stays 6-0. So now Livett McGee, first time at the plate today. Leading it off for the Crawdads in the top of the 8th. Time starting to wind down for the Seagulls to make a late but heroic comeback. Swing and a miss. So 1-1. 2 strikes. Thank you. So now the 0-2. And this one is inside, but Johnson with a great snag off the bounce to keep it in front of him.
For the Seagulls, haven't allowed a run since the 5th inning. But it's the offense where it just hasn't been going today.
And now that is going to be drilled into first. So leadoff single for Livett McGee. Cavillo up to bat for the 5th time today. He is 0 for 2. He reached off of an error, had grounded into second, and was hit by a pitch twice. And this one is going to get past Johnson, so Liv McGee scurries over to second. Now runner in scoring position for the Crawdads with no outs. So the count's 1-0 on Cavillo. This one's off the plate for a ball. And this is hit to second. That will roll through into right field. Now Liv McGee will round third. Here's the throw home. Here's the tag, and he's safe. He gets away and evades the tag. So now 7-0. And a RBI double from Cavillo.
Big play there by Cavillo and the Crawdads getting another run on the board. I just said that they hadn't scored a run since the 5th inning, and now it's where they just start racking up runs.
That's why you don't jinx them. Although I've done it too. That happens to all of us.
And Finn Whalen might be having some nerves here. Has to remain calm and conceited and, get an out here.
Now Joey Donnelly, he is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout, and he was walked twice in his past 2 at-bats. Watches that one go by, takes a bat off his shoulder, but does not go, so 1-0. Top of the 8th to score, no outs. Cavillo on second. This one way off the plate for a ball, 2-0. And this one is going to be foul. He was way in front of it, so now 2-1. Go. Now a full count. So a big at bat here for Wetland. Try and get the first out in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, big pitch here for Whalen. Just finish it off.
And hit towards second. Thrown to first in time. So that will advance Donnelly over to third. Cavillo over to third. Donnelly is out with the ground out. So now Jovins, he is 0 for 1, and it was hit by a pitch 3 times. Guess he's just magnetic for all his pitches today. Not necessarily to his bat, but to his body. Swings on this one, but foul, 1-1. And hits this one and foul again. He was way in front of the off-speed pitch. Had to almost go down on a knee to get contact on it. So now he has to protect on this next pitch from Whalen.
I think Ewan's coming out strong. trying to get the RBI for Donnelly. Cavillo, excuse me.
And turns again and foul towards the Seagulls dugout. So stays alive. And swing and a miss. So that's a strikeout from Waylon on Jovins. Had him to swing up at that put-away pitch way up above the zone. Hard to lay off of.
It's the first strikeout for the Seagulls since the 5th. So that's big for them, especially Waylon.
Takes that one. Strike at the knees. 0-1. And popped up in the center. Called off. Brewer will track it down, and that ends the top of the 8th. Crawdads extend their lead now up by 8. Ben Koch to lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th for the Seagulls. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out to short and a walk. Takes the first pitch. That's down the pipe for a strike, 0-1.
That's 7-0. 7-0 looks like a big deficit, but stranger things have happened for these teams. They have 2 innings to score that, so it's always possible. But the Crawdads pitching has just been incredible today, only allowing 1 hit.
Counts now 0-2. This one off the plate won't go for the chase pitch, 1-2. Takes that one. Yeah, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I thought that was going to be called a strike.
Yeah, that looked right in the zone.
Yeah, okay. All right, so that one's going to be 2-2. I think yeah. Ooh.
Ben Koch obviously will take it.
This one's going to be hit high bounce to second, throw to first in time, so there's one down.
Now batting number 7, Alan Ramirez.
Alan Ramirez, he is 0 for 3 with a ground out and 2 pop out and a fly out. First pitch to Ramirez. And takes that one. It's off the plate. 1-0. Hits this one towards third. Slow roller. Weird bounce. Gets it, though. Throw to first in time. And 2 down. That's 2 straight ground outs for the Seagulls.
Now batting number 29, Jake Brewer.
Yeah, and these pitches are just these hits. I mean, are right towards the pitchers, and they're the grounders. There's like not much you can do, but
yeah, it's the result of a pitching change for the Crawdads. Wow, Joni, you said it earlier. Some interesting choices for pitching changes. I would have expected when you're up by this much, you're going to want to save the arms in the bullpen, but.
I know, I really.
So a pitching change for the Crawdads, Cam Krogan, junior out of Pepperdine University from Danville, California. He is facing Brewer for his first at bat. His first pitch is up in the dirt and bounces up and over to the backstop. So 1-0.
Brewer has made it on base all 3 times tonight. So, like I said, he's a very solid batter for the Seagulls. Always finds a way to get on base.
This one a ball again, bounced way up high into the backstop. So this season, Krogan has 4 games, actually does lead the Crawdads in appearances. 5 innings, no hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. So I am not totally sure of this, but I would guess one of the best, it looks like, closers in the league.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why they put him in, because they know that he's that good.
That one's in there for a strike, 2-1. No, it's going to be 3-1 the count. And he's walked. So first walk of the season is from Jake Brewer.
And like I said, Jake Brewer always finds a way to make it on base. Today they've all been from
Ethan Johnson.
3 walks and a hit by pitch, but There's a reason why he's always at the top of the lineup, or near the top.
Now Ethan Johnson, he's 0 for 3. Strikeout, fly out, first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. So as I was saying, strikeout, fly out, and he grounded it into a double play back in the 6th. 2 down, bottom of the 8th for the Seagulls, 7-0 the score. Brewer on first after a walk, hits this one, and that one's going to get through. Good swing back from Johnson. Brewer decides to go for 3. He will be in there, slides. That one was not close. And Johnson gets to second. That throw goes off. Johnson takes off from third, and he will score. The Seagulls are on the board. Brewer. I apologize, Brewer. That's Johnson on second. Brewer, that scored.
And big play there by the Seagulls. They finally get in on the board in the 8th. 2 outs, but Brewer just taking advantage of that.
Batting number 36, Derek Walnut.
Now Waldvogel, he's pinch hitting for Landry. So 2 down. Seagulls tack on 1. First pitch zips by him. Good fastball, 0-1.
Yeah, and Landry striking out on all 3 times at bat. Ryan Davis, this is going to be his chance where they're going to go for something and make that last push. So he's putting in Waldvogel, who 3 for 18 this season, 1 RBI. It's not much, but maybe this is his chance to give them the spark.
And this one's going to be off the plate for a ball. 1-2. Good take from Waldvogel. Wouldn't go for the chase fastball on the outside. Takes this one, that's under the zone. Another good pitch there from Olivas. Or it's going to be not Olivas, that is... I apologize, I don't have his name written down because so many things happen. Jeez. And here's a throw to third after the wild pitch, and he will get... or no, they didn't tag him, excuse me.
Yeah. No,
that pitch was not pitched. That throw was a bit off, and that forced Ledinger to step off the bag. If that pitch, not pitch, my goodness, that throw was in there, definitely would have been an out.
Yeah, that one looked like the umpire put his fist up. Like, I thought he was gone.
That's a walk for Waldvogel.
But it didn't. But he didn't tag him. So yeah, that one he's safe. And
Tate Lewis, he's 1 for 3 with a single, a pop out to third, and a ground out to third. And that's a ball. And takes that one down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Inside, good movement, 1-2. Just found the inside part of the zone. And got him swinging, so that will end the inning. Seagulls put up 1. The score 7-1 as we head to the last inning.
yeah, and Seagulls putting out as much work as they can and going through that last push. And I have another chance in the 9th, but that is that's what they got there.
Now batting number 5, Cam Taylor.
Now bottom of the ninth. This will be top of the ninth. And hits this one to second. There's a grounder. Throw to first. And in time.
Now coming to the plate, number 11, Riley Ranger.
Leninger up to bat. Takes this one. It's above the plate, 1-0. Leninger is 0 for 4 with a strikeout, a line out, a fly out, and a ground out. So he's been all over except on base. Big swing and a miss on the outside. 1-1. And this one's low. And that one's up high. Go for the check swing anyways. He didn't go. And takes that one for a strike. No, that's a full count.
And see if he swings at this one. Probably just trying to finish out the game.
And off the plate, so that is a walk for Leninger. And well, as I just said, first time he's reached base today. So that is one down here in the top of the ninth. First pitch in there for a ball.
Yeah, Joe Kubland.
Yeah, Coupland. He hit last at bat, and he was one that got the single.
Yeah, he hit that really hard one into right field in the 7th.
Attempt to get some weak contact or strike out, try and climb back into this count. And that one's inside, so that's 2 straight walks from Whalen.
That one's close. Almost went.
Now Esquivel up to bat. He is 0 for 4 with a ground out, 2 ground outs, fly out, and a strikeout looking.
It's 2 straight walks from Whalen. It's got to focus in on making sure he gets those pitches off cleanly and right in the zone.
No, I know it when I sing along to it, but when I try to think of the lyrics myself.
Now batting number 8, Chris Escobar.
Pops this one back and foul, so 1-1 to start off the count.
Esquivel, yeah, 0 for 4 today, so if Whalen can finish him out here going 0 for 5, that would be very solid.
And takes that one's going to be a ball, 2-0. Or no, 1-1. Excuse me, forgot about the last foul ball. 1-1. And off the plate, now 2-1. This one's going to be hit to right. It will be popped up pretty high. Brewer gets under it. That's 2 down. And that will hold both runners at first and second.
Yeah, after those 2 straight walks from Whalen, getting the fly out is definitely helpful. And just looking to finish out the game here.
Now, Levitt McGee, he is 1 for 1 with a single scored in the last inning. Runners on first and second near the top of the ninth, score of 7-1. Pops this one left and foul.
It actually looks like Levitt McGee, that his last at bat was his first hit of the season.
That one is in, almost got him. Just snuck out of the way, 1-1. This one's off the plate for a ball, 2-1. It's a good take from Levitt McGee. Hard to lay off that chase pitch outside. That's where Willing gets most of them. And popped left and foul again. This one flung back up over the bleachers. Now even at 2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Hit straight back up the middle. And fumbles at short, toss to second, and he got him, so that will end the top of the ninth. That was close, but a good play, quick thinking there from shortstop Mayer.
Was very, very clutch from the Seagulls, and it looked like I thought he was safe, but very lucky there.
So Sundar leading it off top of the ninth for the Seagulls. He is 0 for 3. He's got 2 strikeouts and reached first off of an error.
What's your favorite player?
And this one's under the zone for a ball, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Caught the corner of the zone. And hit towards second. Gathers. Throw to first. In time. There's one down. So time started. We're not for the Seagulls.
Yeah.
Now batting number 14, Ben Whalen.
I think we all are.
And first pitch inside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, it's the last chance for the Seagulls to do anything. Really got to be aggressive here.
No, like in the individual CSV files, like that I run for my code, I'm gonna go back and for the entire season, every single time.
That one's in there for a strike. 1-2. Now Whalen not necessarily forced to swing, but it is close, so he has to make sure. Hits this one towards third. Grounder, throw to first. In time, and there's 2 down.
Now batting number 11, Thomas Mayer.
Sure.
Now Mayer up to bat. He is hopefully not the last bat of the day for the Seagulls. He's 0 for 3 with 2 ground outs and a strikeout.
For the Seagulls, today's just been. They've played a lot better than the last time. The last couple times they've taken on the Crawdads. It's just the Crawdads are just a really good team that are very good at pit on the mound, and just when they get going, they get going.
First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Takes this one. That's just above the plate for a ball, 1-1. Yeah, it's tough. The Seagulls have actually, all things considered, yes, it is a 7-1 game, but the pitching is actually not too bad. They had one bad inning. And other than that, if you take out that inning, that's only 3 runs. They've looked solid. That one sound like it breaks the bat. Fumbles, throws to first, and just in time, that will end it. That was close. So the Crawdads come out on top 7-1. They keep their winning streak alive. They now improve to 7-1. Seagulls down to 1-10.
Yeah, that one was crazy. I thought he was going to get there because of the fumble, but Mayer was able to get that back in time, and that was not Mayer. Leninger was able to get that back in time and finish off the game. Tough luck for the Seagulls, but they'll be able to bounce back, and they'll have more chances. I mean, they've struggled. They're now on a 9-game losing streak, but there's a lot of time left for them, and they'll figure it out.
Yeah, so once again, that will end it. Score of 7-1 in favor of the Crawdads. And Seagulls head across the bay to Alameda tomorrow. They face them at 6:05 at Alameda College. So with that, we will be signing off. I am Dominic Klima.
I'm Jonah Lipson.
And we will see you all next home game on Friday.